That's too heavy. Ooh, God, I'm stiff today. God, somebody was short, not me. There we go. Quads. Quads and triceps. And calves at the end. That's today. Quads, triceps, calves. Okay. First exercise, leg extension. Just gonna warm up. And get into it. 4 sets here. 4 sets. It's not the same for everything. Just gonna warm up here. First set. 10 to 12 reps. 2-second hold in the contraction. And a nice pause in the stretch. So we're just really trying to accentuate both ends, control the shaft of the movement. I'm also trying to drive my knees together like that, so that my knees stay pointing up to the ceiling rather than coming out to the side like that. Because with having big legs, your hips naturally want to roll out a bit just because that's just more comfortable. But with this, we want to contract the quad. So much like with a bicep curl, you don't want to be curling like this or like that, because you want everything to be in a nice straight line. Same thing, I want my hip to align to my knee, to my foot, so I want a nice straight line and just contract the shit out the teardrops, which is what's gonna happen there. You might end up with a little bit of turning in with the feet just to get that little bit of contraction there, but that's what we want. We don't want knee pain. We don't want just to move weight for the sake of it. We want to actually contract the quads. So pull yourself into the seat, make sure the knees are driving into this pad, knee aligned to the joint thing here. Make sure the ankle setting's on correctly. You don't want it on your foot, but you don't want it like up the top of your shin here. And yeah, make sure the back pad's in the right position so your knees in line with that. And you just fucking crack on with it, just squeeze and contract. Quads are the triceps of the leg. So be careful. If you treat your knees like your elbows, maybe people's knees would last a bit longer. Although people have fucked up elbows too, so I don't know. Off plan last night, straight to the quads. Fuck me. Also the gear's back in. 300 primo week, 150 test. Cheeky cheeky. That's a blasphemy, by the way. Right. Sometimes on this I do go a bit higher above the rep range, just because I have got historically shit knees. So it should be a 10 to 12, but I'll probably do a 12 to 15 just because knees. Well, it feels good. Oh, fucking belters on today, lads. Right, 60 kilos, that's what we used last time. I think I'm gonna go the same again. Doing leg extensions before any compound movement, because we wanna get a nice bit of blood flow through the knees, get everything nice and warm before we then look to attack any compounds. I'm actually doing hacks last today. Most people are like, why are you doing squat first? Because you want to shift the most weight possible. It's like, no, I don't. I don't want to shift the most weight possible. I want to use the exercise efficiently in order to induce a hypertrophy response. I don't like the argument that you should be trying to do your heavy stuff first. Just from a joint saving perspective, like, you might get stronger quicker, but you're not going to be able to get stronger quicker if your joints don't fucking work. It's a basic way of looking at it. My brain's not exactly working today, but I'd rather be safer. But I would just be throwing around heavy weights, and as I've historically got shit knees, it makes a lot more sense to me to warm things up. Now, a lot of people say warm the hamstring up first, but I haven't got that in today. It's just solely quads. If you're doing these well and connecting with the muscle, you shouldn't really need to warm the hamstring up first, but there's no shame in it. There's no harm in doing it. It's just not in my program. So maybe I will try for 15 on this. We'll see what we get. Come on. Oh. Woo. Ay, ay, ay. Stuck. There you go. Oh. God, I need to shave my legs again. This is the other thing. I can't wear fucking white t-shirts ever. I always get something on them. Like that's rust from fucking moving something earlier. Pretty sure I've got some intro workout on this. Ugh. It is what it is. It's a Carhartt t-shirt. That's made for more. So, you'll be fine. Whew. Right, next set. Basically the same, except we're not doing a pause in the stretch. We're just doing a 1 second pause in the contraction. So, probably gonna go the same weight, trying to shoot for similar reps, just slightly different set. A little bit more pumpy. And then one after that is a rest pause, I think, and then a drop set. So, well, hey. Oh. Back on a blast now. Did 10 weeks of recovery, got my bloods done like 4 weeks, 5 weeks after show, post show. Everything came out pretty much bang on. Obviously lipids were a little bit skewed just from using stuff like Primo, which is fine, but pretty much bang on, to be honest. So did a full 10 weeks off and now we're back to it. So 150 tests, 300 Primo, gives us a bit of room to maneuver. If we need to drop my test, we can drop my test. If we need to increase my Primo, we can. There's no point in starting at like 500-600 Primo just to then go up from there. Like, it's not gonna have as big as an effect going, from say like 500 to 700 rather than starting at 3, letting it marinate a little bit, pushing upwards. Getting the most out of the least, basically, is the mantra that we go by. So it's just good practice at the end of the day. I'll be surprised if I end up going above a gram a year, but I probably will. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I don't need a lot. Just don't. But 8 kilos to stack on. Not going to be using anything like insulin. Not going to be using growth, as far as I'm aware. Don't know what Vicky has plans for, but I just don't think it's going to be overly required. Plus, growth is hellishly expensive. You end up feeling like a human pincushion, makes you watery. There are benefits to it, of course. But for me, with the physique I currently have and the amount we haven't had to use and the amount of food I can eat and the training I can do, there's just not much point in throwing in more drugs for the sake of it. So we get away with what we can. Trying to grow these legs this off season. More leg, more ham, more back. That's what we want. Although my forearms are growing because we've actually started training them. So that's fun. We need more calves as well. Always need more calves. They have grown a bit. They have grown a bit whilst being on the old TRT. So that's nice. Rest pause set. I got 10 on here last time, so let's try some more. Come on, 19, 20. Fucking hell. Lip pump. Oh yeah. So we've got this, one more set. Then we're on to front foot elevated split squat for 2 sets. It's a filthy move, and then you're on to hacks, your bellies and your weight afterwards. Like 2 plates, like nothing. Which is nice, you haven't got to rack the thing up and fucking shake like a leaf when you're doing a set. You're just trying to get in the quad. Well, there's a new floor going in here. All the lighting's in now, all this hexagonal lighting. Looks very cool, looks very modern. Loads of new kit coming upstairs, so that'll be fun times. Shoulders and arms stuff's going upstairs. Oh, chippy and ice cream last night. Slapped. Feeling a smidge watery today, which is perfectly fucking normal, especially after my birthday on Sunday. Full day off, like the weight gain came Tuesday and then dropped back off. So, hanging around 101 kilos at the minute. A nice place to be, I look alright. Happy with it, it's okay. So, you know, just not pushing too aggressively. Food's up a bit. 6-10 carbs on a specifically hamstring and back day. And then normal training days, 590. And then rest days, 490 carb. So it's a fair old whack of calories, not crazy. Very manageable. Like, I can fit it into 4 or 5 meals. Pretty easy. And I'm not getting full or anything like that, you know. You just have to space out your meals appropriately. Get enough steps in. All that sort of shit. Like, I've had 2 meals this morning already. Just make sure, especially when the food starts going up, you just have to make sure you're sticking to mealtime. It's as you are when you're in prep and you're going the other way. When you're reducing food, you have to stick to mealtime, is to make sure you're getting enough energy when you need it. And then when you're back into off season, you need to get the food in. So, and not be stuffed. You don't want to have to like combine 2 or 3 meals into one because you miss so many. Right. Big leg. Big leg. Come on. Grow their quads. Let's go. Oh, definitely work into partials at the end there. Helps. Just to push the set a bit further. You know there's more there. Why not use it? Like, you can get more of a pump, more blood in the muscle, work it a bit harder. You can do it safely. Why the fuck not? Whew. Right. Split squats. Ugh, the OCD will be going mad from the different plates. It's supposed to be 12 to 15s on here. But I think I'll do one a little heavier and then one a bit lighter. And we'll see. But the front foot is elevated so we get more quad flexion. I'm still going to get a hell of a lot of glute on this. I'm very glute dominant when it comes to any squat patterns. So yeah, big old ass. Just how it is, but we're also looking to nail some quads here. So, yes. Right, let's crack on. Unilateral work takes twice as long. Okay. Let's add some more weight. I'll go 70. I'll probably need a belt fit at some point. I have one, I have many. Just prefer not to use them. Find it always, if you're wearing a belt, it can make you want to just like throw the weight around a bit more rather than controlling it and try and getting the tension away from your back and really putting it into the muscle you're intending to use. So it can be one of those things. It can be useful or it can be a little detrimental to overall long-term progression. Right, let's see if we can't make some horse legs. The legs of a horse. Centaur. It's that girl on called The Centaur. Centaur? She just won the True Athlete and then also won the ticket to the Olympia. The same fucking show. Amazing shit. She's got horse legs. It's a wellness girl. Big old legs. That's what we want. None of this classic physique shit. Men's wellness. That's what it's about. This is the future. Oh. Fucking hell. 12, 12, 12. Oh, you know, that's so much glute for me. And I'm getting a lot lean forward, but if I lean further upright, I get so much knee. This is not very nice. So I'm better getting a bit more lean forward. Ooh, ooh. Interesting. I really like to go slow on this. Really make sure I'm getting maximal mechanical tension through glute and quad. Just really making sure I'm in the muscle I want to use rather than in the joint. Very difficult movement and trying to progress this. If you start going really heavy on this, you will have big legs. So that's the goal, big legs. Always want big legs. No, I don't have big legs now, but I want bigger legs. So why not? Oh, you've got body dysmorphia. No, I just want bigger fucking legs. Come on. 12. Come on. Whoa. Oh, I should probably stop doing that. Rest the leg at the bottom, but oh well. With anything lunge as well, you don't want to be coming straight out and have both legs as straight forward as you can, because it's not a very natural position for a squat. When you squat, if you're getting into the bottom of the squat, none of your lines are straight. If I try and go down, everything's straight forward. I'm only going to get to about here before everything starts rolling from the lower back and the heels start lifting. Toes going to be turned out slightly anyway, and that way I can sit really naturally into a squat. So this is no different. You still want to have your toes slightly turned out. Also gives you a bit more through the hip, so a bit more glute, and you can get deeper. And the whole point of this movement is to get depth, so you can get more quad flexion. That's the whole point. Doing them Samsa leg in between set breathing. Yeah, that's more of that. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Same weight, rest pause set. See if you can get same number of reps. It's still on set 4. Missed by 1. No biggie. Still fucking rinsed it. Next side to go. It's always fun. If and when I start making clothes, I gotta make some hoochie shorts. These are great and all, but I don't know, I just can't find many I really like. So I end up keep buying these again, which are the 5 inches. 7 inch short, anything below a 7 inch short shouldn't exist. If you've got legs, get them out. Simple. There shouldn't be none of this fucking to their knee. Who wants that? No one. No one wants to see that. To the fuck. Here. Get your fucking legs out. Everybody. Unless you don't have legs and keep them covered. You know. Wait until you've got them. Come on. Lock in. Hey, you big fucking fanny. Come on. Ooh. Easy. Come on. One, two. Woo! Right on there. Hacks. Here it is. The fabled piece of equipment. Cybex hack. And yeah, it is fucking heavy. Especially after all that shit. So, 3 sets here. First one, very, very slow. Super slow eccentric. Nice big pause in the bottom. Second one, I believe it's no pause, but I still put one in because need. And then it's a slightly higher rep set basically. And then the last one is super high rep set. So what you're doing is you're doing a really super heavy mechanical tension set first. And then we're doing a normal set. So still looking to progressively overload on all of these. But the last one is pure, no, it's like constant, don't stop. But I do all of them like that. So realistically, it's just 3 straight sets. And then the last one, I'm not going as slow on the eccentric. So first one super slow, second one less slow, third one even less slow. So, yep, just warm up to begin with. Positioning on this can be a little bit weird, especially after doing some stuff which is already loading the spine. All I'm looking to do is really just getting the quads, but not forget that this is a compound movement and involves more than just quads. So I've really got to make sure I'm getting my glutes involved, which means leaning forward a little bit for me. Because if I go bolt upright, it just lifts my bum off the pad and I can't drive it into the pad very well. And I end up with quite a lot of knee instead of quad. So I want more quad. So I want to be a little bit further forward and just let my hamstrings take the brunt at the start and just fucking open the hips up. That's all I'm thinking about. So also don't lock out, because I don't find that that's beneficial because of knee surgery on this knee. It can just hurt a little bit. So I've just got to set my feet from the off, make sure I'm really getting a nice deep stretch in the bottom. As realistically, that's what this is for, is working the stretch position. And just focusing on that, because that's where I'm doing a big pause. So it's all about stretch position. Really pushing my arse into the pad as well. Not necessarily the shoulders, both, but I want the arse going in as well. So I'm pushing into that foot pad to get my hips to come back. So I'm really pushing away. Like that. Okay, let's put some weight on. Give me plates, where are they? I think it's good to remember with all exercises, try and think of what the intention of the exercise is. So this, we're really looking to get deep, which means we're looking to work that stretch position. So we're trying to get a lot of quad flexion. I struggle to feel my quads on a lot of stuff. So I've just got to be careful on that front and go slow and not try and force the weight too much, because it will just end up hurting my knees. So slowly, and letting the feeling come naturally rather than trying to force it is always best. Right knee's feeling a little iffy. Just gotta be aware of that. If you are feeling the joint a bit, slow down the concentric. You don't need to smash the shit out of them. If you can afford to be slower and task the muscle a bit more, it's gonna be more beneficial in the long run, because you're not gonna have hurty knees. And hurty knees don't lead to gains. It leads to more hurty knees, which means less quad activation. So also remember, it is a squat, and it's not just for your quads. It's also for the glutes, and a tiny weeny bit of hamstring. All right, one more warm up, couple reps, see how we feel. Come on, that's not right. Still a bit weird, but it takes a while to get used to this thing. We'll get in the zone and stop trying to talk to the camera too much. And that was quite easy, even for just 4. So I think put some 5s on. Don't want to jump it too high too quick, but it was quite easy. Fucking hell. Oh, head back worked okay. As you get bigger, leverages change as well, so we'll have to play with that one. Fuck me. That was 10 for a naughty filthy one. Let's go 2 plates. See, even when stuff is hurting, like you're in a bit of joint pain, you can't let it get the better of you. You have to figure out a way around it. And if that means dropping the weight off, if that means slowing the tempo up and doing something different and really just feeling that muscle, then do that. Because there's no point trying to work through it. You'll just make it worse. It's a bit like when you get sick or get ill. If you go in the gym with a cold and try and pound it, it'll just keep getting worse. And then you get to a point where you're bedbound and you'll be like, oh fuck. So you just need to back off sometimes, reset things. Oh, okay, works out what it was. Trying to go too deep. Oh, that's the thing. Trying to go past beyond your active range. You're gonna end up more on the joint, which is what I was in the hole there. So don't need to come down as far and still stay on the quad, rather than going too far, get to a point where it just loads passive tissue. You can do it on a lot of stuff. It's just people tie squat depth to quad growth so much that they don't consider what happens if you're going beyond that range where it's on your quads. One of those to remember. If you're going so deep you're getting some pain, don't go quite as deep. And work on your mobility, so maybe you can get a bit deeper. But even then, you're gonna have a natural stopping point. I don't have crazy ankle flexion, so I'm not gonna be going super deep and maintaining really, really, really good connection to the quads. It's just not gonna happen. It's just how it is. Some people are made different. That was 12, a nice 12. So we're gonna go 60 and go again. God. Whew. This is the thing though, I'm not having to use much weight here. I can't use much weight here because I've done all the other stuff before. And you know, if you are getting knee pain, it's a good idea to not want to go super duper mega heavy because you'll just make it worse. So this is really, really good for me. Bacon is good for me. Hey. Come on. Yeah. Ooh. Jesus. One set, 40 total reps, as many rest pause as required. So let's get into it. Fucking hell. Oh, that's quads. That's quads then. Got me. On to triceps. I've already done some warm up. So we're gonna do no. First set we're gonna do is a rest pause set for a total of 20. There or thereabouts. I'm just gonna do a rest pause. See how many we get. So I'm just gonna do it as a 10 to 12 rest pause. However, there's a mechanical drop set in there to confuse you as well. So the mechanical drop set is, the first ones you're gonna do are hold the weight as wide as you can. And then once you've run out of those, as in like wide grip, press down. That's too heavy. We're gonna go 45. So you're gonna do wide grip press down, as in push them apart to start with. And then once you've run out of those, you're gonna put them together and then do as many of these as you can. And then we're gonna rest pause that and go again. Okay, so 45 kilos. Let's crack on. Get some fucking triceps. The arm quads, if you will. Oh. Okay, we do not need the rest pause there, it's already high enough. Fucking hell. It's like 20 odd reps. Which is too light to begin with, basically. Oh well, just go ahead with the next one, do drop set. Then we go 50 and double drop with the mechanical drop. So this is the thing with all this stuff, all these little intensifier tweaks. This is a Flex Lewis trick, which is probably a Neil Hill trick. But since Flex magazine hasn't been about, kids don't learn this shit. They learn everything from TikTok and how to be optimal, which I find weird, but I guess I'm just a dinosaur now. Everything's all single arm pull downs and doing everything so that you're not overtrained and that you're recovered enough. Fuck that. Find your limits. Find your fucking limits. Why be afraid of them? Find them and then pull back slightly. And that's where you'll grow. Not, 6 to 10 working sets a week per body part. Try that, see how much you don't grow. Because you can't produce the intensity required yet. It takes a long time to learn that. It's a learned skill. It's not just something that appears overnight. You can't train hard until you learn how to do it. One, two, three, fucking hell. Oh, that's them done. Overhead tricep movement. Triceps machine, it's just called, it's pretty basic. Overhead tricep extension. 2 sets of 12 to 15, so one with higher weight, one with lower weight. Really pausing in the stretch on this and really working that stretch position. Taxing the tricep in the length and range. So as we were doing before, that was more of a push down, more thinking about the contraction there. This, I'm really thinking about stretching the shit out of the tricep. That's what we want to do. Try and push it directly upwards, not come forward like this. You take a lot of tension off the tricep doing that. You want to put them as far back as they'll go, almost get a stretch to the lat, and then you're going to get as much stretch as you can to the tricep. So let's do them. 6, 7. Owie. Owie. I'm fucking knackered. Got one more set here and then calves and we're done. It's quite a short session actually. It's not too brutal. Remember last off season, I was doing leg workouts that take 3 hours. They were hard, but they made the difference. Generally, if Vicky sets me a program, I will do it to the T, unless it's something that I'm not enjoying or I'm not vibing with. Rarely happens, but if it does, we talk it out and just make changes. Made changes to it recently. On chest and hams, I was doing trying to chuck in some Bulgarians, and because I do chest and hams tomorrow, it just didn't have it in me. Because we swapped the split around as well. So it wasn't working having done split squats today and then doing Bulgarians tomorrow. I know they're a different movement and they load differently, but you're still working the glute, so glute and quad. So I just wanted to do chest and hamstrings rather than chest, a bit of quad and a bit of glute. I've still got a glute movement at the end of the session, which was supposed to be single leg glute drive, but I can't even fucking lift myself up with one leg, let alone try and load it at the end of that session. So we've moved it to 2 leg glute drive and just 1 set on there. 1 normal set, no intensifier, just trying to get stronger at it. So that's the aim. Right. Pump these triceps up a bit more and then we'll go do some calves. Oh, my mama. Fucking hell. Oh. Owie. You're gonna have to excuse me here, being in the jungle of rubber matting that I'm in. These are all for upstairs. So I just need this piece of kit, which is covered, surrounded, if you will, by the rubber, the towers of power. So anyway, 3 sets here, 2 heavy. So first one is an 8 to 10, normal tempo. Second one is a 6 to 8 with big pause in the stretch and contraction. So 3 seconds in each, 2 seconds, whatever, big pause. And then the last one is a higher rep set with just regular tempo. So straight sets, all of them, but just really trying to progressively overload. And then last one is, you know, higher end rep range. You get a lot more blood in there basically. But still looking to get stronger in that rep range too. Okay, need to warm up a little. Okay, all right, I'm gonna go 133, see what we can get. See if we can get some big old calves. Trying to get some good connection on these. They're hard to connect with, but when you're doing the lower rep range stuff, don't expect to get crazy pump on anything. It is about driving mechanical tension. And you know, doing something this low on a muscle that is relatively small, but relatively strong, you're not gonna get a mad pump. Only with the higher rep stuff on calves, I find, till I get like a battery acid level come. We still want to make them stronger though. So working in these lower rep ranges, it doesn't make sense. It does make sense. But don't be expecting crazy mega pump. It's all about getting strong on these. As in these sets. There are other sets where I get crazy mega pump. Just not today. Ooh. Oh, 9. Wow. Bucks and water, British and pure. Hard to believe that it's September tomorrow. The year has flown by. Right, let's do it. Oy, oy, oy. Oh, heavy. 7, there or thereabouts. Okay, I gotta go super light on these. Yep, 70 kilo. Literally nearly halving the weight. That's what you gotta do. Ooh, calves are blown. It's nice that they're getting bigger. You know, it's just nice. It's just good form and getting stronger. That's all it takes. Loads of guys who are like, oh, my calves never grow. Just don't train them properly. You just don't put the effort in. Like, those guys will always complain. And I don't know why people think, oh, it's such a genetic muscle group. No, it's fucking not. Unless you literally insert here, you'll be fine. And even then, they'll still grow. Kai Green had super high calf insertions. He still have massive calves. So you've just got to get stronger at it. You've just got to work it. Put intent to it. And that doesn't mean, oh, just work them at the start of the session. Because that whole thing of like, oh, just put your calves or your abs at the start of session. It's like, if you need to work on them and make them better, it shouldn't matter where you put them in the session. I know it's like, oh, I want to put all of the work into this tiny muscle group. Don't do them first in legs. You will severely limit the amount of knee flexion you can get because you've just completely taxed the shit out of your calf, which is a huge component of stabilization in any compound movement. It will reduce your ability to stabilize any squat pattern, any leg press pattern, anything like that. Don't tax your calves before you're doing that stuff. If you need to work calves, just fucking work them. Put at the end of the session, it'll be fine. They're still gonna grow. Mine do. I don't put them at the start of the session. Just have some intent in the session and make sure you do your calves. It's pretty fucking simple. Oh! Oh, if they, oh, don't know about calves. They always make me to feel like I did a shit or a piss. I don't know why, they just do. All right, done, finito. Do some stretching. I'm not gonna show that because it's really boring.